Welcome back to another edition of Smiffta Stoppage Time. And my word, talking of stoppage time, I cannot believe what I have just seen, what I've just witnessed at Old Trafford. And I guess with Muhlenstein back at Old Trafford, of course, used to coach there, it was a case of Muley time. And has he been, responsible for a lot of Fergie's late goals in the past? What a result for Fulham, and how precious that could prove to be come the end of the season. I said it last week, though, I don't think Fulham will stay up. But and in fairness to United and Moyes, they didn't play that badly. They dominated for large periods, sustained pressure, 82 crosses, and that's no coincidence. Moyes, that's obviously something Moyes has been working on in terms of adjusting United's style of play. And with Mick Hucknall in the crowd, I saw him there with Ferguson. At times for Fulham, it was a case of holding back the Reds. But eventually United got that breakthrough, and once they got the first, I think it was inevitable that the second was going to come. But my word, Darren Bent at the end there, I honestly can't believe it. I can't believe it. I can't get my head around it. I honestly thought Moyes was gonna get that win, and that will be the difference, I think, between United getting Champions League now. I don't think they're going to get it. I'll put my neck on the line and say that. And if that is the case, Moyes be like, that cracks me up every time I see that photo. He'll be running away from the ground with fans hurling abuse at him if that is the case. But they're not going to get it. I'm sorry, boys. You're not going to get Champions League. And Vidic coming out in the week saying that he's going to leave hasn't helped. He's still skippering the side. He's starting in the team at centre half. He was at fault for the first goal, I thought. Dragged out of position, leaving the space in behind for Sidwell to run in. And at the end, of course, we saw De Gea, Flappy Bird, making a mistake. That's harsh. It was a good save, actually, in fairness. But yeah, that'll be United not getting fourth spot, I'm afraid. And I've seen a lot on Twitter people saying, can Moyes accommodate Rooney, Mata and RVP in the same team? Well, of course he can. They're all world-class players. They all have to play. It's just a case of finding the right system, and he needs to find it quick. But over at Anfield, Brendan Rodgers is keeping it ever so nicely. Absolutely tore Arsenal to shreds in that first 20 minutes. 4 up in 20 minutes. That was something I couldn't believe either. Leaving Wenger crumbling at the knees. Absolutely crumbling. Left with a body blow from the SAS. And I'm not talking Sturridge and Suarez. I'm talking Skirtle and Sterling. And I guess with Sturridge and Suarez chucked in as well, you've got SAS squared. SAS. All of them, all the S's. And Sterling actually should probably be included in the actual SAS. It should be SAS, I think now, because he's playing magnificently well. The three of them up top together are absolutely ripping teams apart, and Arsenal defence absolutely collapsed. And are we going to see Arsenal's season end in a week like we did last year? Unfortunately for you Arsenal fans, it doesn't look good with Chelsea now hitting the top with Mourinho. Yeah, it looks bad for them, and I was surprised City dropped points. I couldn't believe that, to be honest, because and I wouldn't think I'd say it, but I think they're going to need a couple of players back. They're missing a couple of players. I thought the squad would be big enough. Interesting substitution I saw from Pellegrini, bringing Kolarov on in the 77th minute and taking off Negredo. That's a weird one. You talk about a plan happening at United with Moyes. Liverpool's plan is well ahead of schedule, and who's to say they can't challenge for the top?